This is our entertainment for the line.
京都で
京都着きました。10時半家出た13時1分。3時
あれというわけでなんですけれども、この後ろになんと
というわけですね。
はい、京都なんですけれども今日は、夜のライトアップを見に行くために時間があるのでエクスプローラーします。
昨日何してたっけ？
昨日はですね、吉田神社に行ってきて隠れ家カフェを見つけて。
These are nuts in black sugar. And what's the cookie? Or what's it made from? Okay.
開けてくれる？めっちゃおしゃれな商店
でその後夜、また河原町の方に帰ってきまして、1時間カラオケ C の、その後すき焼き食べのからの前と前の合流してジャパン一番パブで日本対ジャーマニー見ました。
で誰が勝ちましたか？
私が勝ちました。
日本。
その後ラーメン食べに行って2時にホテル見つけました。そして今に至る。
セブン。前と出会ったの高校の時。場所は確か道頓堀。
道頓堀ちゃうぞ。道頓堀は大阪や。
ここは？
Last night was one of those only in Japan experiences. After watching the World Cup game, we were stuck in Kyoto at 2 a.m. with no more trains to take us back home to Osaka. So instead of breaking the bank by paying for a taxi, we found a love hotel to stay the night. If you don't know what a love hotel is, you can watch this video where I discuss the bizarre thing that is love hotels. But essentially, they're open 24 hours and reception is completely automated. And the price for one night was less than $90. Anyway, the next morning we walked down the same streets that we were on last night, but obviously they look a little bit different now. A lot of people ask me which cities they should visit when they come to Japan. Up until recently, I used to tell people that Kyoto was overrated because it was just a lot of temples and shrines. But this trip to Japan has completely changed my mind. We're based in Osaka, which is like the distance from Melbourne to Geelong or Brisbane to the Gold Coast, or if you're not Australian, it's about an hour by car or train.
これを食べましょうか。
いただきましょう。おー。いただきます。
This means we've already done about 4 day trips to Kyoto, and you can check out some amazing videos of the places we've been to by clicking on the link in the top corner.
Let's go soft. Wow, beautiful.
What made me change my mind is simply the time of year we've come this time. Places like Tokyo, Osaka, and even the deer-friendly Nara can be enjoyed equally any time of the year, in my opinion. But because of the way that Kyoto is presented, with beauty and cultural heritage being its key features, it's going to be a different experience different times of the year. I might be biased, but autumn in Kyoto is the most stunning thing I've ever seen in my life. Obviously, spring with the cherry blossoms is probably equally as stunning, but I've yet to have the pleasure of witnessing that.
あ、綺麗なところだったらこうしようか。
そのままで作るんですか。これねえやんと。 大阪に1軒目に行った時かな。
ああ。美味しかったね。That's cool. That Starbucks in the corner. このスタバ気になんない？ Oh, and there's falcons up there. It's so beautiful here. Oh shit, it's busy. Of course it is. Of course it's busy.
One of my many pet peeves is waiting in line, which is ironic because Japan is the land of queuing up.
What are they lining up for?
Maybe I put too much value on my time, but I had no desire to wait in line for a Starbucks. Sorry. Kay says it's a very Osaka-like trait to be impatient, but I don't get it because there's heaps of lining up in Osaka too. Anyway, I digress. This is Nanzenji Temple. It's absolutely huge and the main bits are free. If you want to go to a specific garden or a sub-temple, you might have to pay though. For me, it was the way that the autumn leaves framed the sacred buildings that was the wow factor.
Wow.
What are you doing? Come over here.
This is a part of the grounds that was surprisingly photogenic, but it was so busy so we didn't manage to get a single good photo of ourselves without someone directly behind us in the background. This is Tenjuan Temple. It's one of the areas with an entry fee, but I would definitely recommend if you come here, going to at least one of these paid areas. They're not expensive, normally around $5 per person, but they are on another level compared to the free areas. This one has this really done up traditional looking garden out the front, but at the back was this gorgeous natural looking pond garden. The colours reflecting off the water were insane. And there were koi fish.
She was like, oh, this beauty can't be captured with the camera. And I was like, I can.
Eikan-do is right next to Nanzenji Temple, but when we saw the line when we arrived, we decided we'll come back in the evening for the light up show instead.
So we just took the taxi from the temple to buy Kay's mum some souvenirs. She specifically requested a certain shop. And we've arrived, but the taxi driver gave us forewarning. This is the line. But wait, there's more. Holy shit. So what is it?
Mochi.
A mochi.
Demachi Futaba is a very famous mochi shop only found in Kyoto, which is why there is always a line here. And there is also a designated staff member to maintain the line and make sure it doesn't flood onto the walkway and disrupt the other pedestrians. The flavours are displayed on the banners overhead, and the rice cakes are so fresh you have to consume them within a day. They cost about $3 each. We waited for about 30 minutes, and this is what we got for ourselves.
So which one's which?
これが多分豆、
Mame.
よもぎ、
Mame desu ne. there.
あ、
行きます。
あんぱい。
面白い味。食べちゃ初めての味。
餅がうまい。
これなんか入ってる。うん。It's a chestnut inside. This one's really nice. It's Eikan-do Light Up event. It's not even open yet, but look at the amount of people already.
ただいま。久しぶりに戻ってまいりました。
Get ready to line up again.
As soon as we arrived, I realized I was a fool for thinking that it would be any less busy at night. I don't think I've ever seen a line so long, and it wasn't even open yet.
Wait, what's that? Is that the same?
狭い。
I'm just amazed at how there's like multiple lines here going in different directions and everyone's in different formations. There's no borders or anything. There's nothing here. People are just staying in their lines, no one's cutting in and spreading out. Just very, very organised. That's a different line there. And that's a different line. And you can see the middle. Nobody's coming into this area or overlapping or cutting in. It's just organised. And even this, as you can see, there's someone, there's a worker holding up the sign that says end of line, so people know where to go to join the queue. So the line goes around all the way that way, and then you come back, and you go all the way back down there, and now we're coming back here. And now we're going to go again this way. And then when we get back to those tents, there's still like another zigzag line, back and one line all the way over there as well. And then we go in. It's already stunning.
I think we waited for about an hour. The line moved relatively well once the temple opened, which speaks to how organised they were. It was really quite impressive, but waiting that long drained me. And as you can imagine, once you get in, it's very crowded. With that many people, staff ask you to limit taking photos to keep the crowd shuffling along. This was the central piece. The temple sitting around a lake. It had these gorgeous little bridges, but we weren't allowed to cross them. There was also this cute little rest area that was really on theme with the red. It was pretty cheap entry, and it was very beautiful, but was it worth it? For me, waiting an hour in line for this was not it. But it must attract this level of crowds because most people enjoy it. Afterwards, we grabbed dinner at Matsuya on the way home. Matsuya is considered a fast food chain restaurant that specialises in gyudon, this bowl of beef on rice. It's commonly consumed with raw egg on top as well. Potentially the healthiest fast food I've ever eaten. We finished the day with some drinks and a World Cup game. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
Bye!
Good.